Hello sweet friends, welcome to Mental Health Memo. I'm Sveti, this is Cookie, and there's a lot going on right now. I haven't been posting anything because life has been a little crazy and I just haven't had the energy or mental ability to do anything. So that's why I've been gone for a little bit. Also, I have new hair. I compulsively cut my bangs. And I'm not mad at it. I don't regret it. I'm happy with it. It's a cute look. So that's different. And also our setting is a little different because of the topic of today's video. Normally I'm on my bed, which is over here. But for the purposes of this video, I am on the floor, on my mat, in front of my dresser. So hello, welcome to my room's floor. It's not the cutest, but we work with it. This is where we will be doing our video today. So let's get right into it. As you have realized by the title of this video, this is going to be a video about the best yoga poses that you can do for your anxiety. Now, I've personally practiced yoga for about 2 years, and I even started training to become a yoga instructor, but life got too hectic, couldn't really follow through with it, sadly. So I just kind of do my own little home practice. So when you're anxious, you tend to clench and have a lot of tension in different parts of your body. And that is why yoga can be really, really great for kind of relaxing those body parts, stretching them out a little bit, calming them down, getting rid of the tension. Areas that we are going to be focusing on are the hips, the neck, shoulder, and back area, the jaw and forehead, and the chest. These tend to be the areas that anxiety kind of tenses up the most, and it kind of really does make a lot of sense. When you're anxious, you tend to clench up like this. So of course your neck and shoulders are going to be really tight, and then that's going to affect your back, and then that's going to affect your chest because you're always like this instead of, being open. We also tend to clench our jaw a lot when we're anxious or nervous. And I actually didn't even realize how much my jaw kept anxiety until I went for a massage, and the lady was like, "You got a lot of tension here, let me give you a massage." But after she did it, I was like, oh my God, it's like I have a new jaw because there was just so much tension. We also hold it a lot in our forehead. We tend to furrow our eyebrows a lot. And also with our hips, girl, I don't even know what to tell you. Like every time I'm anxious, again, you clench, you kind of go into this protective little shell, and you end up clenching your hips a lot. My hips were so tight. I could barely sit like this. We're gonna begin with hip openers. Also kept almost all of the exercises very low to the ground or completely on the ground because I know everyone is at different levels of physical activity. So I don't want you, in like warrior 2 trying to balance and grow strength while also relaxing your muscles. Like, it's just not gonna happen. All right, that's enough talking. I'm tired of listening to myself. Let's get into the actual practices. Cookie, you're probably gonna have to get off me though, because I can't do them with you on me. I brought your bed over here so you could sit on it. Here you go. So the first move that we're gonna do is a pigeon pose variation. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go flat on your back, just like so. I want your knees pointing to the ceiling. And what you're gonna do is, Cookie, take your right leg, cross it over your left thigh, bring that up, and then interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. So what you should be feeling is your right hip dying. Make sure that your chin is, nice and tucked in so you have a nice spine, and pull your legs into your chest. Try to squeeze as much as you can. Obviously, you don't want to, now Cookie is eating, so if you hear munching, that's what's going on. So you want to squeeze them as much as you can, not to the point that it hurts, but to the point that you're really feeling a deep stretch in your right hip. And then you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So left leg crosses over the right thigh, and then you interlace behind the right, oh, my leg just cracked, behind the right thigh and squeeze. And just make sure, you know, your back is nice and flat on mat and that you're not over exerting. So I really feel this one. I did this one a lot because it's just like you can't, it's hard not to feel it. Sometimes with more difficult moves, you kind of have to be in the right position, but this is like, no matter how I do it, I feel it. So this is a really great little hip opener that you can do nice and flat on your mat. Now the next move that we're gonna do for the hips is the butterfly. And you can do this sitting or you can do this lying down. So basically you just wanna put your feet together, the bottom part of your feet together, and you want to just scoot your booty as close to your feet as you can. You want to make sure that you have a nice straight open posture, and you can put your hands wherever you'd like. You can put them on the ankles, on the toes. Hello, Cookie. And just make sure you have that nice posture. And to take it a little bit further, well, also you could just, you know, you could flap a little, literally like a butterfly. It can feel really nice. But to take it a step further, what you can do is do a little forward fold. So I want to make sure that your elbows, or you want to make sure, because I won't be there, you want to make sure that your elbows are nice and in there. They're kind of pressing on your leg, and that you're keeping as flat of a back as possible until you can't, and then you fold over. And if you're really flexible, you might be able to bring your head all the way down. I'm not that flexible, but I still feel a really great stretch in my hip area, the groin area. And then you slowly want to bring yourself back up. So this would be the seated version. If you want to do it on your back, that's even easier. You're just gonna lay on your back, put your feet together, and just let gravity do the work. This one is really nice. Oh, here she goes, scratching the door. This one is really great if you are really tight and like can't do the sitting one, because gravity is kind of doing the work for you. You're just chilling here and not really having to do anything. Your back should be off the mat for this one, so don't, you know, try to put your back flat on the mat, because you can't. It has to be up a little bit. And just hang out. You can do some nice belly breaths while you're here. You can just hang out. You can pet your dog. And there you go. And the final pose for the hip openers is extended child's pose. Now, this is a classic. We all love this one. This is the one you look forward to when you're in your yoga class and you're dying from all the vinyasas and planks. This is the one you look forward to. So we're gonna start in a neutral spine. Sorry, just dusting some stuff off my mat here. Very professional. So you want your arms directly underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hip points. And you want to kind of push away from the earth, tuck your stomach in. This is your, you know, your tabletop, your neutral. But either way, it doesn't matter because we're not staying here. So you're gonna want to bring your toes in together, your knees as far as the mat, or more or less, depending on what you want. You want to sit your hips back, bring your arms out and forward, and bring your forehead to the mat if you can, like so. And your sit bones might not, you know, reach your feet. Mine still don't actually. They've gotten a lot better, but they still actually don't, so don't worry. You could also alternatively just, you know, stay up here and really push into those sit bones, or you can just chill out. So now we're gonna move on to the chest area. So we're gonna go to heart openers. Our first move is gonna be a modified bridge called waterfall. For this one, you will need a block. If you don't have one, you can just do a regular bridge without the block. But I just find with the block, it's just, it takes the work out of it. So it just feels really, really nice and restorative. And I don't have to, you know, work that hard. And I don't like working hard. So it's a great alternative. So a regular bridge, if you don't know, we're gonna lay down on our back. And again, knees to the ceiling. Kind of try to scooch yourself so that your fingertips kind of just grace the back of your heels. So regular bridge, you would be here. You can press your palms into the mat if you'd like, or you can put them underneath, which I'll show you in a sec. And you basically just want to pull up towards the ceiling through this hip area and lift yourself up. Like I said, you can keep the arms here and you can keep the bridge very, very low. You don't have to like go up crazy amounts. I don't. And you want to feel a little bit of tension here in between the thighs. It means your glutes are working. You can put your arms underneath like so. You can just clasp your hands together. You can scooch in your shoulders a little, lift your chin, and this is kind of a typical bridge. But the one that I like to do with the block, if you happen to have one, or you can maybe substitute for like a nice good book that you wouldn't squish. So you kind of start the same way, peeling up from this tailbone area, and you can use whatever side of the block you want depending on how high up you can go. I like to do it horizontally like this. So I'm gonna lift, and I'm gonna put the block right where my tailbone is. So you wanna make sure that it is underneath the tailbone, not somewhere else, otherwise it might feel a little uncomfortable and not cute. So, and now we spread our arms out. And you can kind of scooch in the shoulders again. And I literally just hang out here. I've stayed in this posture for a very long time. And when I got out of it, it just felt like such a nice release, not just on my chest, but even my neck, my back, my hips a little bit too. I just realized what that sounded like. I'm not singing that song on internet, it's not happening. So to get out of the posture, you just want to pull yourself up a little bit so that you can take the block out slowly, make your descent back to the mat. Next yoga pose that we're gonna get into is called fish pose. And there are two ways to kind of go about it. There is a version where you use 2 blocks and you kind of put it under your neck and on your back, but I don't recommend doing that alone, especially if you don't really know how yoga works, because you really gotta do it the right way. Otherwise it's really painful and not cute, and you don't reap any benefits because you just kind of hurt your back. We're gonna do the version without the blocks. So we go back on our back. I love being on my back. That sounded a little inappropriate, but I meant in yogic terms. I like being on my back. Oh boy. So for this one, you're actually gonna stretch your legs out, and you're gonna place your hands under your bum like so. And so this kind of sometimes pulls my hair a little, so be careful. But you basically wanna, as if someone is kind of pulling your chest by a string, you want to lift until your head is kind of about here. And you're really gonna feel a big stretch here in the chest and the neck. I can barely talk actually. So I'm gonna come out of it. Well, to come out of it, it's very easy. You just make your way back down, take your arms out. And as you could see, the chest was really open, really up. And you can just do it to whatever level feels okay. The next move is upward dog. We're gonna come onto our tummies this time. Oop. Hopefully a lot more graceful than I just did. I was tripping on my mic wire. So you're gonna want to bring your arms pretty much kind of around where your rib cage is. You want to press into your pubic bone and your feet if you can, and try not to like muscle through it. Try to use your back muscles as well. So you're gonna just pull yourself up, and you can lift your head. And this is just gonna be a really nice little opener for your chest. Feels wonderful. It's a great stretch also for your back. And to come out of it, you just make your way down. And if that is a little bit too hard, you can just do a nice little baby cobra, which is, same thing. It's just you go up a lot less. Either way, that is it from us. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and make sure to subscribe. That is it from us. Bye!